Hello everyone, it is your Dark Lord of the Sith, Lord Voidus, here to bring you something a little different. Here I will be doing a playthrough of the mod made for Hearts of Iron 4 called Fallout Old World Blues. It is a conversion mod that turns the world of Hearts of Iron 4 into the Fallout universe. And the faction that I will be showing off will be the Mojave Chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, the Brotherhood of Steel is essentially, after all the nukes dropped, they are a faction that formed out of a coup in the military that they found out what experiments the government was doing on people, and Elder Maxon, the creator of the Brotherhood of Steel, rebelled with several other officers and created the Brotherhood of Steel to preserve technology, to gather it, and to stop it from creating the same problems that it did as the world got nuked to hell with the war between China and America. Now, the Mojave Chapter's traits, special things are Elijah's determination, which gives them extra reconnaissance, division defense on core, research speed, and makes it easier to produce power armor and infantry equipment. We have bunker blues. We have a special trait, which if we survive long enough, we'll be able to use it. It's called Spears from the Sun. It allows us to use an ability that essentially is an orbital laser. We have Midnight Science Fiction Theater, which is kind of hard to explain, but you'll figure out. And then we have the Gala event, which in the game Fallout New Vegas is the big thing, is Father Elijah's obsession, and it's the whole base around the DLC, where the whole point is letting go. Now, we start off here, we're quite small, but, well, we shall see. Now, this is us here. We're just waiting for it to load. Now, welcome to the Fallout world. Now, we start off with a few good units. We have 4 units of power armor divisions, very powerful, and then we have 3 Brotherhood of Steel Knights. Now, if some of you have played Fallout New Vegas, you will recognize these 3 characters, with one of them being a companion that can get, who is Veronica, who is very dangerous with a power fist. Now, we are going to start building military factories. Oh wait, sure. That's one thing that's always a wee bit iffy is... Alright, we only need 2 factories from that, move that over to power armor. Send those knights up there. We're going to use the focus. The last great mind of the wasteland. Now, we are going to put the majority of our research slots into all these different focuses, into these researchers, because we get manpower, we get, such as this, free repair, energy cells. Helios 1, no. God damn it. Sometimes I hate this. Paladins. Get the military factories built, another arms factory, and then one of them. Right, get everyone into the Hidden Valley. What are we not producing? We are not producing anti-tank weaponry. So I've already played this mod before, so I know a little bit on how to use it. Okay. The Wasteland's Last Great Mind. A scribe of the Brotherhood of Steel, Elijah defied convention and rose to the rank of Elder, an honour usually reserved exclusively for paladins. An exception was granted for him on the grounds of him being a genius. Able to figure out the workings of a device just by looking at it, his scientific acumen was matched only by his drive to recover and to develop technology. His approach towards technology, iterating and improving, rather than simply preserving it, was considered unorthodox by his peers. Elijah often dispatched scribes on tech retrieval missions, chasing all the leads he found. His drive to develop new technologies put him at odds with the more conservative members of the Brotherhood, particularly other elders. Now, each of these will give us different traits. However, I'm going to click Only I Can Save the Wasteland, as the Brotherhood of Steel do not have a lot of, as this particular one do not have a lot of stability, and we are quite small, which we need, and more stability helps produce more weapons, and can help bring down the amount of factories that are taken from you as constructor goods. Now what I need to do as well is to form the intelligence agency, the Circle of Steel, so I can study the Repcon headquarters to get us started on a little adventure. Now, we start off with this negative debuff, which is called Operation Sunburst. What that is before the Mojave expedition of the New California Republic came to the Mojave, the Brotherhood in the region were able to operate across the region with total freedom. This allowed them to scavenge all kinds of technology from the Mojave and the traders that traversed it, bringing it back to their base of operations in Helios 1. When the NCR moved in, clashes were inevitable. The Brotherhood lacked the manpower. Oh, I will continue with that. I'll finish that off and then I will click this. Where if you want to read it, you can pause the video. The Brotherhood lacked the manpower to cement their control over anywhere except Helios 1 and the adjacent Hidden Valley complex. Now, political pressure is mounting on General Lee Oliver to launch one last campaign against the Brotherhood, wiping them from the Mojave for good. The victor of this struggle will likely decide based on preparation for the clash rather than pure strength alone. The more prepared you are, the stronger your forces will fight and the weaker your opponents. Now, in this many days, we will be attacked by the Mojave territories, and we must be prepared, because if we're caught unaware, we will not, our forces will get massive debuffs. Alright, now, journey to the Mojave. A pathological control freak he would often view the people under him as mere equipment, expecting them to carry out his orders and requests unquestionably, while the center unpredictability on their part would not just annoy but even outright infuriate him. By far the only person whom he had any kind of working relation was scribe Veronica Santangelo, his pupil. The conflicts Elijah had with other members of the Brotherhood only worsened as Elijah pushed for developing new technologies and new ethically questionable weapons. The elders, rather than deal with him, decided to send him and a small accompanying Brotherhood force away out east to investigate the Hoover Dam and the possibility of bringing it back to functionality. Now, for Veronica, I'm going to, for once, go with Ultimately I Care for Veronica. Now, for the next focus, we are going with like children playing with bombs. It would have been a perfect assignment, a playground of pre-war wonders for me to plunder and claim for my own ends. There is only one thing keeping me from what I deserve, and its name is the NCR. Now, some of you must be wondering, what is the NCR? It is the New Californian Republic. It was formed when a settlement known as Shady Sands, after the vaults and all that came out, the Vault of Shady Sands came out and one by one created a market town, a trading hub, and then slowly united and took over different territories and then eventually formed the new Californian Republic. Then we have, and yes, it is called Caesar's Legion, but produced in universe, nobody knows because all the information, all the books have been blown to hell, so they don't know how to pronounce it. People pronounce it Caesar or Kaiser, and in game it's pronounced Kaiser, which is kind of annoying. But alright, we can walk with the gunrunners. Now this is where it becomes important, because I can either overclock the generators, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because if you go through all of this, getting all the factories and all that, you will not have enough to get down here properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to overclock the Hidden Valley generators. Sure, that will be out of a few factories, out of a few civilian factories, which is bad, but it is needed. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to requisition another few power armor divisions. I'm going to get 2 more. Actually, how much does she have? 2. We'll get rid of the knights, since that'll save us up on manpower. As well as, because what the knights are is essentially just regular men. That is the gist of it. So it's no real point in trying to upgrade them, because the power armor units, they take less damage. So it's better to have them. Yes, they're counted as a special division, which they do have a limited number, which does make it difficult. So now I need to make some units for Harden. And as you can see, manpower in this version, in Fallout Blues, is extremely important and is more realistic. Like, in regular Hoi 4, you can have hundreds of thousands, but it looks like it's World War II. Ah, and the Circle of Steel is just completed, so now... And there's also an economy system, which, in the world of Fallout, cash has become useless. The new currency is bottle caps. Yes, bottle caps, you heard me correctly, it is bottle caps. And yes, they even have ways of producing them with mints. And it all kind of fits. Yes, it is weird, but that's how they decided to go with the currency in game. Veronica, I'm going to push her here. She'll be my offensive. Okay, what's this? The deadline declared war on site-wide. What? Alrighty. Hidden Valley generators. We're slowly working on building more factories. What's that? Civilian workshop. 2 more civilian workshops in there. That should be Boulder City. Now, if you have played Fallout New Vegas, you will recognize some of these places, such as Boulder City, the Dam, Camp McCarran, and the one untouched city in all of the wasteland, New Vegas. It actually had a protection system in place for when the nukes fell. So, Las Vegas was left untouched by the nuclear wasteland. You have Hopeville, you have Bakers, and if you played any of the older games of Fallout, you will know this one faction, if I can find them. Here we are. The MacArthur, which is the remnants of the Enclave. Now, I'm not going to get into who the Enclave are, but if you know what they've done in the Fallout lore, they are extremely messed up. And the things they have done, incredibly messed up. Like, the entirety of the Fallout universe, it's just dark. It is just incredibly dark. We will prioritize customer technology, which will allow us to slowly build more stability. What's this? Saying 2 members... Wait. Hold on a second. Oh no, we have two different factions of the Brotherhood now fighting with each other. God damn it. We're already small as it is, we can't be fighting amongst each other. God damn you! Stop fighting! We need to preserve the old world. We need to bring it back to the way things used to be. Not kill each other over it. Not kill each other. But yeah. Now, what was I speaking of? Ah yes, Kaiser's Legion. Now this is essentially one man who read some Roman books, who managed to find some information about ancient Rome and decided, yeah, I'm going to copy that. Started conquering various parts of the wasteland, taking slaves and an army. Building a slave army as well as legionaries. Like, they will literally, in the game, they literally fight you. They fight you with machetes. Half of them have machetes and the other half are lucky to have some kind of rifle. And use warhounds. Now, don't talk shit about them, because the first time you meet them in Fallout New Vegas, don't even think about fighting them. Don't even think about it. Just run away. Let them talk to you and just walk off. Because they will stomp you. It happened to me and I was thinking, oh, these guys only got machetes. They cannot be that tough. I proceed to get absolutely murdered. Do not fuck with them unless you have the proper weaponry. And enough health stims. Yeah, but the more preparatory as Operation Sunburst continues on, the debuff continues to get worse and worse unless you build up preparation. And there are different factions of the Brotherhood around everywhere. There's the Texan Brotherhood, you have the Maxon Expedition, you have... I'm trying to actually see. I know there's a lot of them, but it is tricky finding them because the map is massive. I know there's one near the MacArthurs. Is it the Maxons? No, no. Ah, there we are, the Montana Chapter. There's the Montana Chapter, there's... I know there should be... Yeah, well, we have two chapters up here, but the fighting stuff. The Washington Chapter and the Cause. Alright, we're going to research Warrior Army. You have the She Chapter. However, they can default to the NCR, so that could be particularly annoying. And you have what is the actual original, what is left of the Western Brotherhood, the Lost Hills. Navarro territories. Oh no, that's the Yakuza territories. What the hell's the Navarro territories? They're part of the NCR. Rusty Hooks is putting up some fight against the NCR. No, not the NCR, it's Kaiser's Legion. Now we're slowly building up weapons, But, alright, we're about to refurbish our derelict stockpile. Which will give us another arms factory to work, an arms workshop to work with. Which will thankfully give us another allow us to make even more weapons. However, I will be pumping the majority of it into making new suits of power armor. Because that's the majority of what we need. It's not weapons, power armor. We're only making 6 a week, so we're not even making 1 a day, so we need to have that changed. And I hope you're enjoying my Warhammer series as it goes on. Remember to comment down below if you have anything you would like to say, if there's any recommendations you'd like. And I have noticed that not all people who watch the videos are subscribing. It's that if you don't like the video, fair enough. But put some stuff down in the comments that I can use, that I can build off of. Such as like if I didn't have good editing or anything like that, just and then throw tips my way, because I am learning. Like, I have only started out and I am learning as I go. So bear with me. Now, because Elijah is hated by the Brotherhood, he gets less support as time goes on, as they view him as more insane. They're like, why should we trust him? He's failing. And that sort of shtick. Now, what was it? It was one of the lads down here. Political mastermind. That will give us more political power, which we can then use to change our policies. Now, if I want to get built up quicker, I want to get more factories. So what I have to do is change the wasteland economy to get it to well-equipped army. Because right now it is affecting our construction speed, as well as how many factories are going towards consumer goods. Alright, we can go back to having 2 factories for that, and yes, making a suit of power armor every day. Merchant spies, army. Yeah, but we'll grab invisible ink. Now we are going to promote Nolan McNamara to a field marshal, so he can give us a few additional bonuses. The deadline declared war on the fringe. Heavy duty barrels. Yeah, paladins. I may need to change that to senior knights at some stage, but I won't if I don't have to. Local leader. Pre-hardened. Military instructors, yeah. Now, this will give us 2 more. See? Exactly what I was talking about. Operation Slumber just got worse. And those negative traits will make it harder and harder, despite us having more advanced technology. Like, we have laser weapons, and they have automatic rifles. Simply because they're more prepared, we will lose. And in the actual lore, in the actual Fallout universe, they lost because Father Elijah, Elder Elijah, was focused on unleashing the power of Archimedes 1, which was the satellite laser that I mentioned earlier. However, he ran out of time as the NCR attacked and the Brotherhood of Steel were not prepared for the attack. And even though the Brotherhood of Steel was outnumbered 20 to 1, they caused massive casualties on the NCR, but were forced to retreat, losing the majority of what was left of that chapter, causing McNamara to hide them in a bunker down in Hidden Valley for several years. While Father Elijah went off to search for his treasure of the old world. After losing one treasure, he went searching for another. The intelligence agency, which will allow us to investigate Vault 3, which I have been to in Fallout New Vegas, and if I remember right, it is extremely radiated. Alright, now I'm going to put a wee bit of research into robots, because you can get some stuff for robots such as automation, which can increase the production efficiency cap in general, in overall. And if you're wondering what's that on what looks to be a paladin, what's on his shoulder is a Tesla cannon. Yeah, some of the weapons in Fallout are absolutely wild. Like you have a plasma gun, you have laser weapons. Actually, I think you can actually look at some of them here. Where are they? I think they're in this section. Yeah, you have the lyre. You have the hollow rifle, which is essentially a shotgun that shoots holograms. You have the plasma rifle. You have the gauss rifle. And that's just in that. And then once you get into machine guns, you have the cyberdog gun. You have the minigun, shoulder-mounted minigun. You have missile launchers. I did not know about the solar cannon though. That's new. You have a grenade machine gun. Like, it just gets absolutely mad. Some of the tech that is in Fallout is just crazy once you learn about it. Now we are going to testing the bear. Now we have enough factories on that, so now I'm going to build. We just got 2 more paladins. We just got 2 more units of paladins. It's good, alright, but we do need as many factories in that as possible. So I'm going to put more those 2 other factories I got onto that, even though it's not advisable. Now, what I want to do is I need to think carefully here, because all of this, especially these traits, can affect how I do. So, construction speed, Brotherhood Scribe, stability war support. I'm going to get knightly armaments. So, how much time do I have left? I have 252 days. Seed collection, tribal cuts. We'll start research on the saw rifle, which will give us automatic weapons. Ah, damn it! I should have got the scribe shooter so I could have start getting some army experience. Damn it! I'll have to grab that one next. Testing the bell. I could make you care using the super mutants, paladins, and the Mojave. Now this one is important because it'll give us the manpower we drastically need for the war with Mojave Chapter. Hi. Yeah, so right now the balance of power is not good. Testing the bell. Now, we can go with power armor, therein lies victory, we must be nothing if not prepared, or we can go, we need more men to counter the NCR's numbers. What I'm going to grab is, we must be nothing if not prepared, because that gives us, and gets rid of the majority of that negative buff. So we are going to go with, I could make you care. Now, there is music for the mod, but unfortunately I can't play it because a lot of it is real world music, such as like Johnny Guitar, Ballad of the Gunslinger, which I can't play because you gotta avoid that copyright strike. Gotta avoid them copyright. Because, trust me when I say this, it is a pain in the ass to deal with that. Followers of the Apocalypse. Special preferences gain certain benefits for your crew. They might have demands of their own. No, we are going to get rid of them because I do not like dealing with them. So we're going to seize a follower's tent, raid follower supplies, and divert follower supplies. Now, we are going to get one thing that's going to be incredibly important for our fight with the NCR, and that is healing powder. So that is essentially our medic. That will allow us to keep manpower despite taking casualties. We will take less casualties, and that's what we want. So I'm going to divert to factory and start producing support equipment. And we are nearly finished up in the vault, which we will then be able to commence our operation in. And yes, I know this is boring, there's no war going on, there's no battle, which I know this is going to start off a bit boring, but with time there will be more wars, there will be more battles, and there will be management of garrisons. The followers have been rejected. So now we get, oh, but that hits our resource speed. Oh. Ouch, we just got hit bad. Bugger. See, that's what I was talking about stability earlier on. Because of our stability is so bad, it's taking more factories away from us, giving us less factories to work with when we're constructing. However, there's not much I can do with that, so all I can do is kind of gain the stability from these different focuses and hope. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build an outpost up in Black Mountain. Build 2 outposts as well as 2 forts. That's 2 outposts. 2 bunkers and 2 outposts. To give us some defense. Alright, we've got tribal huts, which should boost our defense. Now I'm going to get what technology should I rush? Should I try and get the slave collars? Yep, gonna need that. Gonna need them for controlling the populace, for if they get too rowdy. Nice, we can survey Repcon headquarters, and that will give us research into air technology. I can make you care. That gave us Shiga. Alright, now we're gonna go talk to the Bright. Now these guys were hilarious. Like, they were essentially a cult of ghouls, which were people irradiated, but essentially they had this one guy who was a glowing ghoul, and because he was so radiated, he was starting to have so-called visions of the promised land. And they went to this old rocket facility and they started messing around with the rockets, thinking they could fix them and bring them to the promised land. You can choose to help them or you can choose to sabotage them, but it's just hilarious. Like, they're just, like, you know they're crazy. You know they're batshit crazy, but at the end of the day, well, when you go there, a lot of them have the majority of the Bright followers that you find dead have plasma weapons, which are incredibly powerful and one of the strongest weapons in the game. So you get a fair amount of microfusion cells, which works damn well, but there are nightkin in there and feral ghouls, so yeah, you do have to be careful of those bastards. Because nightkin are damn tough to kill. My god, I don't know how many times I died in that bloody building. Alright, they're preparing. We need 10 support. Yeah, so I may just leave the military theorist, but no, we need some because we don't have enough. We don't have enough men there. We are producing more and more suits every day, but it is starting to negatively affect us because we don't have enough scrap metal and we don't have enough water, which is causing inefficiencies in the production. Veronica, pain train, because power armor needs more damage. Oh, what do we got there? Ah, bugger, I can't see. Oh, we got something now. Military theorist, or we can get veteran paladin, or if we can grab a surveil, or we can start going down this, will give us more organization. Ooh, distinguished paladin, reconnaissance, supply consumption, distinguished paladin. Yeah, we'll grab a boost to our attack, so more power armor suits. That should be done. Boom. Distributing the power armor. Like, it is honestly nerve-wracking because the Mojave is such a small faction, and this isn't even the NCR, this is the Mojave territories. And if you're not careful, you can end up at war with the NCR, which have a... yeah. And you see my army, like, it's small enough, but alright. Like, it's made of some decent units, they're not great. But these guys have 1,000 men. These guys have 16,000. That's what they have in reserve. This is what Caesar's Legion has. It's okay for division size. We are still outnumbered severely. Right, we're going to use the super boots. So now we've now gotten rid of the debuffs of Operation Sunburst, which thank be to God. Alright, I want Veronica on that there. So now we will start planning to give us a temporary bonus. The Alamo Chapter. Yep, so that means another section of the Brotherhood's popped up. Now we're going to research the Uniters. We will start going down a bit more of the industry path. What else? Yes, we just got makeshift fire automatic weapons. Alrighty. Now these are very nice and very powerful to use. No! And I just damaged so much. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for all of these units to complete because, Frank, I still do not have enough power armor. And I do not believe I'm going to be done in time, so sugar. But we will try. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them... I can't get a PA fire team. As I do not have... Oh my. Militarize... Army experience when completed. Yeah, we'll pump the 100 into it. Actually, we're going to get that one from Helios 1. That'll give us more water. Lanius cohort, so seems like Lanius is causing a bit of trouble. Oh, we just finished the brackets, so time to head back to the industry tree. We are going to get resistors, which will increase our research speed. Because that is one good thing about the Brotherhood of Steel, is that they have a lot of research slots and they do have good research speed. As to be expected, you're playing a nation that has a technology. Well, some of them have like near fetishized technology. To the point of worship. I won't be able to get it on time. Yeah, I need that weekly stability. Nice, we've unlocked the healing powder. However, I don't think we're going to be able to implement it on time, which is disappointing, to say the least, but yep, you gotta do what you gotta do. Smoke signals. We will grab work camp. Now, actually, do we have enough bottle caps? No, we do not. Manpower, base stability. Actually, before we do get overwhelmed, because I am going to make some night patrols. I know I just said I wouldn't, but we do need some proper infantry. So, to fill out the numbers. And this will be only a force to help defend the west with her. Veronica's going to be leading the way with her power armor team. Because the paladins are a lot harder to kill, whereas they are more expensive for production. Test this. And see, now we're getting boosts. We have boosts now against them. However, before it starts, I am going to get Unlocks option Amagosa Valley. Investigate the vertebrate graveyard. Wait, where was this? Investigate the vertebrate graveyard. Yep. Now we will go to the army department. Yeah, and that will give us, if we manage it in time, will give us the pre-war vertebrate schematics. Oh wait, I forgot. What do they have in? Yeah, the basic appointments. Midnight Strange. Now, hopefully, the Mojave Chapter will win this time, because I still cannot believe they actually lost against the. Now we have a small buff. However, as we continue down this, we will get the Paladins of the Mojave. Now here is where the fun begins. Harden. He will guard the east. He will guard the west. And due to that, I'm going to try and get him division experience losses. Experience soldier losses, life give up. Yep. Can't give him any more traits until he levels up, so there was one or two trait. No, can't get a trait for Veronica. She leveled up. Okay, but I can get one for him. Division attack, gun nut. No point in getting gun nut. Commando. Idiot savant. Mysterious stranger. Bloody mess. What I'm going to do is I am going to get light touch. Begin a tank attack. Is I'm going to get Idiot Savant. It lowers our supply consumption and allows us to capture more materials, more weapons. Now we're gonna grab bomb. No, we're gonna go for barrage balloons. Slowly work towards the Maxon City. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have the Guardians. They're another Brotherhood faction. I completely forgot about them. Star Chasers. Yep, now more manpower. And now we're going to get Paladins of the Mojave. And now we have a bigger boost against the enemy. Seems like a massive war just broke out in the north. Let's have a look, shall we? Wow. Okay, so there is a few battles going on. Wait, the Roach King? Who the hell is the Roach King? Okay, it's a crazy guy who has built an army of rad roaches. Well, that's Fallout for you. That's Fallout. Alright, what I am going to do is now I'm going to add that PA fire team as well as, if I can, another unit of power armor. I know it's bad, but it needs to be done. We need more power armor. Our divisions are too small, even on the knights. It's just too small, they take too much damage. And since we're producing half-board chems, now we're going to pop these units out now, while, however, these units are going to be defensive. They're not going to be offensive, but that still provides a problem because they do not have enough power armor. And I have about 50 days left, so I'm going to train up these units as much as I can before the war, for the battle, for the battle for Hidden Valley and all that takes place, for Operation Sunburst. However, that also comes the problem of, we may have new PA fire teams, but it won't matter for Jack because we don't have the necessary equipment. We don't actually have enough machine guns to supply it. So what I'm going to do is pop a third factory, which I know it's not going to do much, but at least it'll give us something. When will these be done? 25th of April. That's too late. That's too late. That's too late. Janet Jones. I will use her, however, to spy on these guys to give us a little boost in any offensive that we may take part in. And now we're going to start saving up our cash, because those can be very useful in the later stages. Alright, we've nearly buffed up at least 1 or 2 units, but yeah, we're producing. Oh yeah, we better actually stop training because we are still aren't producing enough, and we are actually losing equipment of the machine guns instead of gaining. We've now gained Paladins of the Mojave. So now what I'm going to do is boost up McNamara by doing these separate other things. So now, yeah, we'll pump some more into flight, pump some technology into air. Bomb gliders. We will get resource production. Operation Sunburst happens in 30 days. These guys can hold. These guys, I'm not too sure. Yeah, those 4 paladins should be able to hold, so these 4 will go towards her. Now we have aggressive policy, which will give us a boost for what will essentially be the entirety of Operation Sunburst. That is the plan for when we actually do need an assault, so... And then I will start recruiting another. Oh sweet! Yeah, we can get cannons now. Support equipment, there we go. Vacuum tubes. We will start researching plant cultivation. That lack of water really is kicking my ass. Well, seems shit's about to kick off, so hold on to your heads, boys. Okay, Veronica needs to be ready on the go. Actually, is there anybody I could even trade with? Like maybe the Divide, if I could trade for water. I could trade with Caesar's Legion, and I could trade 2 factories. Alright. I'm trading with them for water. Operation Sunburn has commenced. Now, if I can end this conflict quickly, I don't have to worry about the likes of... Actually, to the militia force, I will add... Damn it, I can't. I can't add the patrolmen. I don't know, enforcers. Oh yeah, I need to actually start producing those colours. So it looks like we're not producing enforcers just yet, so... Back out. Sorry, Karen. You head up to Bitter Springs. You head to Camp Cannon. For them to start pushing, we have lost 29 people compared to their few hundred, which is good. Nice, we are now finally producing enough water. Now, I don't think we'll have to worry about supply partners for that. Militia training. Emergency production. Now the Mojave territories has nearly capitulated, so we are nearly done. What I will do is I will finish up what is left of the Mojave and then finish up this war, this little, I'm not even going to call it a war, this little battle, and did I grab it? No, I did not grab it. Because once I grab the Mojave outpost, that most likely is going to be the end of this. No? Oh, yeah, select all and submit demands. And boom. We will not push too far because we do not want war with the NCR right now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the night patrols, since still at this point I don't like having them. They're still weaker than our armor, so get them out of the way. And yeah, and that'll be it. We have taken the Mojave, we've taken the Mojave territories, and have secured Helios 1. How will we do in the next episode? This has been your dark Lord of the Sith, Lord Voidus. And remember to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell, and share to all your friends. On the next episode, in the Wasteland. Remember, the dark side is with you always.